Today, we're going to tear apart one of the most sneaky, counterintuitive traps in high-stakes performance. We're talking about the dopamine deception.
Okay, so picture this. You just landed it. The massive win. The one you've been grinding for, the one that was supposed to change everything. And for a split second, man, the feeling is absolutely electric. But then, something weird happens.
Just minutes later, that amazing rush, it vanishes. Poof, gone. You don't feel like a champion. You feel hollow. Or even worse, you get this restless itch, this compulsion to just do it all over again, but bigger this time. So what on earth is going on here?
Well, that feeling, that weird emptiness, that post-gain depression, that's the heart of the dopamine deception. And right now, we're going to deconstruct exactly why our brains seem to be biologically hardwired to sabotage our own success. It's a fascinating and honestly, a pretty dangerous cycle.
To really get this, we have to start with the molecule at the center of it all, dopamine. And we need to set the record straight, because what most people think dopamine does, it's almost completely wrong.
So this right here cuts through the biggest myth about dopamine. We've all heard it, right? It's the pleasure molecule. Nope, it's not. It's the more molecule. Its main job isn't to make you feel good after a win. Its job is to make you want, to make you seek and search for a reward. It's all about motivation, not satisfaction.
And the engine that drives all this seeking is a fascinating concept called reward prediction error, or RPE. The logic behind it is brutally simple. Your brain only gets a kick out of a surprise. It only gives you that hit of motivation for new, unexpected information. Think about it like this. If your brain is predicting you're going to make $1,000 and you make exactly $1,000, the reward prediction error is 0. No surprise, right? No new information, so no dopamine. Your brain basically treats an expected win as invisible. And this is what forces you to constantly up the stakes, chasing a bigger and bigger surprise just to feel anything at all.
Now, this is where things get really dangerous. Because if you manage to stay on a winning streak for too long, your brain literally starts to protect itself from you. And the consequences, well, they can be devastating.
See, when you're on a hot streak, you're just chronically overstimulating your dopamine system. You're blasting it. To protect itself from getting totally burned out, your brain does something incredible. It physically starts removing dopamine receptors. It's a process called downregulation. The devastating result of this is a clinical condition called anhedonia, a literal inability to feel pleasure. The things you used to love, they now feel gray, dull, and just lifeless.
And this leads you to a really terrifying place. When you're stuck in that numb state of anhedonia, the only thing that can break through is a massive shock to the system. So subconsciously, your brain starts craving a huge spike. It doesn't even care if it's a negative one, just to feel the contrast. This is why you see some traders completely blow up their accounts right after their most successful run ever. They're not chasing profit anymore. They're desperately chasing any feeling at all.
So, the big question is, how do you escape this trap? The answer isn't to win less. It's about taking back conscious control of your own brain chemistry. And that requires a very deliberate, systematic approach. We're calling it the baseline protocol.
All right, let's break down the protocol. It's 3 key steps. First, de-gamify your environment. Switch to boring, monochrome interfaces. Get rid of the flashy lights, the celebratory sounds. You want to cut down on all those artificial dopamine spikes that are desensitizing you. Second, and this is non-negotiable, schedule mandatory breaks. After a huge win, you must step away for at least 48 hours. Let your receptors reset and come back online. And third, this is probably the most important part. Reward the process, not the outcome. Give yourself credit for sticking to your plan, for executing well, even on a losing day. This is how you finally decouple your sense of joy from the chaos of the market.
And all of this brings us to the final, and maybe the most profound idea of all. It's about shifting your entire mindset away from this game of chasing highs and moving toward a practice of quiet, internal control. You have to understand this. True mastery isn't found on the emotional roller coaster of winning and losing. It's found in emotional detachment. The market is a machine that's basically designed to exploit your biology. And the only way to really win is to rise above that biology and become totally indifferent to the score. Which leaves us with one final, provocative thought to chew on. Is the real goal to win the game? Or is the ultimate victory reaching a point where you no longer even need to play?